Yo, what is up, guys? I'm back with my continuation of the Dallas VOD reviewing. First round we got Austin Ellis playing LonZoroark versus Andrew Mahone playing his own concoction of the BuzzLycanroc and expanded. Pretty similar to what he's been playing in standard, actually, except for like he's got the carbon line in here. I think it's a pretty new addition to this deck overall. We've seen it since this tournament. We've seen it also in standard as well. But so yeah, we have Andrew Mahone, BuzzLycanroc with a pretty interesting build. It's kind of his own build for sure. Versus Austin Ellis with the Lonzo. So generally, this matchup, I think this matchup is actually generally really close. Unlike if this was to be played in standard format, where it's like a straight Zoroark deck, no backup attacker, maybe like a Zoroark Weavile, which is kind of like a straight Zoroark as we have right now in standard. It would be very Buzzwole favored. But in expanded, we have Skyfield. This allows the Zoroark to one-shot any threat that Mahone might have, making this matchup a lot closer. Mahone's not the only one who's taking one-shots in the matchup without tech cards on Austin's side, like a Mewtwo or a Mew or something. So this matchup actually is really close. And it can go either way. Each side can start to like run over the other side really fast and just kind of they can end the game in like 4 or 5 turns. They draw 1-2 prizes every turn from turn 2 on, and they just keep going. So right off the bat from Austin, I like. I'm not sure. All the games have been starting a little bit after, but we see the Bridget. Okay, I can go back a little bit. See the Bridget. It looks like he grabbed triple Zorua. I like this. I've mentioned this in a couple of the past games where people are taking like less Zoruas than the maximum you could take. And especially because Austin plays the Foul Play Zoroark, which matches up really well against Andrew's deck. I like this. The 4 Zoruas out. It looks great. I would have. I'm a little disappointed if he had taken, I don't know, anything else like a Grimer, or if he had an open Sudowoodo and he opened Zorua and he caught the Sudowoodo over an extra Zorua. Yeah, I like the 4 Zorua immediately, just off the bat. That's what you want to set up. You want to set up Zoroarks. What do you need to set up Zoroarks? You need Zoruas. So he goes for the Zoruas. Over to Mahone, we're seeing Ultra Ball. And he does play another interesting card, the Lucario EX, actually. And I think with what it can do with its first attack with a strong and a choice is actually one-shot. Or strong choice Zoroark, maybe, is what it is. It can one-shot a Zorua. Not a Zorua, a Zoroark. And it can't be foul played. So that's really cool, actually. Really cool tech card on Mahone's side. So one thing to notice from this current situation is, sure, Austin went first, which means ideally he'll be taking the first knockout in this matchup. But I don't know if he runs Floatstone or how many. If he only runs one, the chances of him getting it aren't that great. So he's probably not actually going to be drawing the first prize. I would assume with the current situation, because he didn't open a Zorua, that Mahone will be drawing the first prize. You see the Sycamore from Mahone. A lot of energy. And he plays his own Sudowoodo. That's actually a huge deal. So that is going to make Austin have to try and get Muck out. Actually, this is a very big deal to have his own Sudowoodo. I didn't know this beforehand. I don't know if Austin knew this beforehand, but actually, so now that we do know this, now that I do know, I didn't know Mahone played his own Sudowoodo. But I guess that makes sense. You kind of just have to, in a meta that's so filled with Zoroark. So I guess I would have liked to see one of these Zoruas. Actually, I would like to have seen one of these be a Grimer. Because now on this turn he has no bench space for the Grimer. Oh, it's a very good start right there. Very good start. The turn 2, just 2 Zoroarks down. Yeah, so he needs a way to shut off the Sudowoodo. So I would like to see one of these be a Grimer. I did not expect the Sudowoodo from Mahone at all. Another trade from Austin. Doesn't look like he has actually that much going on in his hand still, though. We'll see. And yeah, there's the pass. Mahone's start wasn't incredible or anything. He didn't get down a Rockruff or even a Buzzwole. But now the top deck Brook Hill is actually going to be great for him. I know he has a Max Elixir in hand. I saw that. He has energy. I assume he's going to go for the Rockruff here. Lycanroc still very strong card. Super strong. Yeah, he's going to go for the Rockruff. And he has Ultra Ball in hand, so I assume that's going to be for Octillery. Maybe Lele. I just assume Octillery, though. You don't want to waste. You don't want to put that bench space. You're already committing a bench space to the Sudowoodo, and your card bank you're active, so your start's already kind of like a little slow. So I expect to see Ultra Ball for, unless that's second Ultra Ball, he might use both. But I expect just one Ultra Ball for Artillery, probably attached to Rockruff, and then Max Elixir Lucario, or he'll play the Max Elixir first and see where if it sticks or not, and then decide where to attach. It's possible he could go for Lele here. If he could go Lele for, I don't know, Wonder Tag for Guzma and actually kill Azoric, that would actually be, with the Lucario, that would actually be a pretty strong play. I wouldn't have minded seeing that. But we do just see the Octillery, which is fine. The Octillery, I believe last 2 cards in his hand is a Strong Energy and a Max Elixir. So we'll see him play Max Elixir first, see where it hits, if it hits. Or is it like, it might be Basic Energy, Strong Energy, Fighting Energy, actually. So we'll see the Max Elixir. If it doesn't hit, it will change where he puts his energy for the turn. So yeah, now I just assume him to commit an energy to the Lucario, or maybe to the Rockruff. If he wants to play it safe, maybe he just commits one to the Rockruff. Or he could have Abyssal Hand first, actually, and look for Card Bank Break, because he's a decent amount of energy in his discard pile now. Or he's going to commit to Lucario. I like to commit to Lucario. And then the Abyssal Hand gets another Max Elixir. So that's good, because you never want to, in BuzzLycanroc, you never, especially in Expanded, you never just want to create one threat. Because this is mostly because of how popular Zoroark decks are. Zoroark decks are like 50% of the meta plus. You know, Zoroark, they always play Skyfield. They always have the potential to one-shot. In this situation, I guess not, because of this, they can't Guzma set up Skyfield and one-shot that. But even if Guzma pressuring this is really annoying. So you always want to try and create 2 threats. So I would like to see, I would definitely like to, I assume he will. Max Elixir, boom, attach to Rockruff, and then he creates 2 threats immediately. But if you ever create just 1 threat, it's really poor. It makes it really easy for your opponent to choose what to target. And he hits this one finally. So yeah, we get the energy on the Rockruff. I think I'm at normal speed right now. I should be 2 times for sure. Yeah, there we go. Yep, in the end, he had a decent amount of resources in hand. There's no reason to Sycamore. He's not really going to be able to pressure Austin his turn anyway, so there's no reason for him to dig deeper with Sycamore. Just use the N, preserve resources. And this actually current setup is really awkward for Austin. He's actually probably going to have to commit. Oh, man, it's just really awkward for Austin. He doesn't even have like even a Lele on his bench would give him a better situation, because then he could do something like Lele, a DC to Lele Guzma, pressure the Lucario. But his current setup, it's just actually super awkward. Actually, with the current position and how it's set up, I would expect Mahone to win this game, I think. So we see the Floatstone to the card bank off a computer search. Oh, I like that. That's actually really sick. So like, he's gonna corner the Sudowoodo. This means there's no way for Austin to pressure this Rockruff, because he can't retreat. He can't Ace Arola. And he can't Guzma the Rockruff anymore because it's in the active. So if he wants, the only threat he could Guzma is Lucario, but he's not even one-shotting that. So this play is sick. I really like this. Traps with the Sudowoodo. That's why this is actually why I like corner Rockruff in specifically this deck, and actually Lycanroc decks in general. I like the corner better. There's a lot of cube plays where you can bring up the Rockruff and you corner, maybe it's not their active, but you Guzma corner something else and you stick it active, and it means your Rockruff can no longer be pressured. Because he's active, so they can't Guzma him. And then they can't move their active because you just cornered them. So I really love this play. And just protects the Rockruff. It's going to let him be the first aggressor, most likely. The first person to be aggressive in the matchup. I guess the only thing that could ruin this would be a stand-in Zoroark, but maybe I know Austin plays foul play. I don't know if Austin plays stand-in Zoroark. Stand-in Zoroark really messes with this really hard. I've seen the foul play from Austin. If he plays stand-in, I don't like this play as much from Mahone. So it looks like he was digging for Guzma. Okay, he had Guzma the whole time. All right, that's what I wanted to see. I was hoping he had Guzma the whole time because he committed these here. Yeah, he did have Guzma the whole time. He should finish trading before he commits the DC and the choice band, but his play was probably going to be the same no matter what. But you should still do your second trade or third trade, whatever, and then decide on your play. And this is just what he has to do now because of his bench being so awkward. He has to do, if he chooses to do nothing here, he just loses the game. But he has to be aggressive in some sense, and present some pressure because of the current board state. Otherwise, he will just lose. So yeah, does the damage. I guess they have Sudowoodo blocking both benches right now. I actually didn't take that into account in my thought process at all. But yeah, his Mahone's bench is also locked up right now by Sudowoodo. That's right. Well, so he's debating Lycanroc. It looks like I would like to see the Lycanroc down just to protect the Rockruff. He's probably not going to bring anything up. Yeah. The Abyssal Hand. So yeah, I think it's Choice Band Strong. It's the one shot. Let's see. Corkscrew Smash. Yeah. So 100. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. 190. 90, 180. Yeah. So yeah. The Choice Band Strong allows Corkscrew Smash to kill Zorks, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and then it can be foul played, but it's not as devastating as a what's it called? A Buzzwole, because if they go foul play with a Choice Band, they will just impact kill the Lucario. So at this point in Austin's game, he has to kill this, and then he needs to represent a way to kill the Lycanroc. So he can kill this with the Zoroark, and then he can look for his foul play Zoroark to copy the GX attack of Lycanroc and kill this Lycanroc. And then from there, we have to just see what other threats Andrew is able to build and represent on the board. But as of right now, that's what Austin needs to look to do. He needs to kill this with this Zoroark or a Lele, actually. So actually, okay, this was actually weird then. I don't know why he would sacrifice the Zoroark. Okay, so let's go back a bit, actually, because he does have the Float Stone, right? He brings up him. Then hang on, we'll see. Top deck. Did he? Oh, so he top decked Float Stone. Okay. All right. And he immediately puts it on the Sudowoodo. So that was the top deck. It looked like that was the top deck. This should go to the Zoroark. This Float Stone should go to the Zoroark. And what he should do is he should try and get a Lele in play and have the Lele kill this Lucario. If the Lele kills this Lucario, this Lycanroc has to use its GX attack to then kill the Lele, which isn't a huge deal, but then it makes your Lele's to attack with safer from there on out, because he no longer has a threat of the Lycanroc's GX attack to just kill to one shot a Lele. So this Float Stone, I would have liked it here. He still has the option of using the Zoroark to kill this no matter what. Like, that's still an option if he whiffs the Lele. Either way, he has to get a DCE. So if he whiffs the Lele, that's fine. He still has to get the DCE, so he can still use this to kill this. That just still works. This Float Stone here, Lele here, trying to kill this with Lele. Instead, he goes DC here, which means now he commits. He can't, unless he has another game plan to maybe, or if he could get the foul play Zoroark and Guzma kill this, that would actually be a nice play. But still, you want to leave yourself with the most options. That if you just whiff that, the Float Stone should still be here, because this gives you most options if you attach the Float Stone to the active Zoroark. We'll see if he has it all planned out already and just has everything. But no, we see N. We see N. We see N here. So that means he did not have that play I was just talking about of the Guzma foul play. Just boom, kill this before it even has a chance to do anything. That would have been a very nice play to come out of Austin if it could have happened, but it didn't. He already commits to the end, which means the Lele play was still an option, and he just chose not to do it. He just didn't allow himself to give the option of maybe doing it. So I don't like that. This should have been killed with the Lele this turn for sure. Because now... Yeah, this should have been killed with the Lele for sure. Because it also leaves another trade Zoroark in play. That's all you want, is to be able to trade cards with this deck every turn as much as possible. Gets the DC, gets the Ultra Ball. He had it. He had the potential to use Lele. Maybe he'll have another Float Stone. I also don't like this Field Blower here. It gets rid of a Float Stone on Carbink in a situation where Mahone is not presented with a choice of what to send up, really. He's 100% always sending up this. So yeah, that Field Blower removes the Float Stone here in a situation where Mahone is 100% going to send up this Lycanroc to deal with whatever you represent as your threat for the turn. So it's a wasted Field Blower. I'm sure Austin only plays one. There's Choice Bands in Mahone's deck. There's Brooklet Hills. Getting rid of 2 Float Stones is also an option later down the road. So yeah, I would like to have seen him save the Field Blower. They'll probably get back. We see the Ultra Ball. I assume he's going to find the foul play here. Oh, he's going to go with the Grimer. I guess that's okay. I still wanted to see a Lele here to kill this, because you get to keep another trade Zoroark in play, which is really nice. And you have the foul play to kill this. So that deals with the first 2 threats. And in that situation, your Lele dies, which means then you can go find the Grimer. And then foul play deals with this, which means you're not by getting the Grimer, you shut off the Sudowoodo, which means you can do a big turn of filling your bench with the Skyfield and getting a one shot. But if you know Lele would deal with this, and then foul play would deal with the Lycanroc, you don't need to represent Zoroark one-shotting anything yet. You don't need that to happen yet. So there's the DC, but we know he's going to lose this Zoroark now. So I guess his game plan is to maybe do the foul play next turn, or give himself the option to do the one-shot with this Zoroark. But he's down one more trade, which means that's that many fewer cards you're seeing to set up plays. So once again, I 100% think he even had the Ultra Ball. I 100% think this Grimer should have been a Lele. Should have held on to the DC. The Float Stone should have been to the Zoroark. It was 100% right for him to send up the Zoroark on the beginning of his turn because he top decked the Float Stone. But right when he sees the Float Stone, it should be here. He should be thinking, okay, Lele kills the Lucario. Let's get Lele. Let's try and get Lele DC. If we whiff, we can still commit to the DC, to the active Zoroark, and then do the kill. And then that's like the unfortunate route we have to go. But we have the option of both then. And it allows us to keep a Zoroark in play for sure, which means we have that many more trades every turn from here on out. All right, back over to Mahone. Once again, like I said, the Float Stone didn't matter, so he wasted the Field Blow over here. The Float Stone didn't matter. He's 100% setting this up. Because if he is not being aggressive this turn, he's going to lose the game. So boom, he sends this up. He's going to try and draw 2 prizes. We see him go get, I don't even know what that is. I think it's a Rockruff. Yeah, so he understands that this is probably going to die. He understands this is probably going to die. So he's like, okay, if this is going to die, I still need to be able to kill something on my next turn. I'm going to use this Claw Slash, kill this. This will probably die. And if it doesn't, I win the game. So, but if it does die, I want to be able to kill whatever threat he has. So he gets another Rockruff because he knows his GX attack is still going to be available. Opposed to getting like a Buzzwole or something. The Abyssal Hand. All right, see, 2 Float Stone. 2 Float Stone would have been in play. He could have got rid of both. I don't know how relevant that would have been. But there's always a possibility for relevancy. You want to try and until you're really far ahead in the game, you want to try and be as efficient as possible with your cards. And right there, he just wasn't very efficient with that Field Blower. When there's definitely potential to be super efficient. The Bounce Stadium. Another Float Stone. Yep, there's the Claw Slash for the knockout. All right, so back over to Austin. His only option to kill this is the foul play. Well, he could get the Grimer and fill his bench. But that I feel like that really won't give him an out to win the game. So he really needs to go for the foul play plus end this turn, I feel like. So there's the Ultra Ball. I'm assuming we'll see foul play. I see it already prepped. There we go. And once again, another situation. If he had used Lele here, he would have forced out the GX attack, right? We just talked about that. It would have forced out the GX attack, which means Andrew doesn't have this guy to use a GX attack. This means he has to go get a Buzzwole here. He has to go find a Buzzwole here. Attached to Buzzwole, he's down like 3 or 4 Max Elixir. So setting up Buzzwole to actually get to its big point to actually one-shot stuff, it takes longer. This needs 2 energy to one-shot anything with the GX attack. Yeah, so we do at least have the foul play going, and we're going to be able to kill this. From there, though, we're hoping to end and hope Andrew draws dead. But he has the Octillery set up. Like, he's got a lot of outs to be able to just draw something. He ideally is just looking for Fighting Energy Lycanroc because that just wins him the game. So if he gets Fighting Energy Lycanroc, yeah, that's it. It's over. So we'll just have to see the last couple draws here. Not going to be anything too exciting, I don't think, anymore. Okay. Battle Compressor. Right now he has to look to set up. So on Austin's side, he has to try and, so he's going to do this. Kill this, go down to 2 prizes. And then from there, he has to prepare himself to be able to one-shot. He wants to be able to fill his bench and one-shot an EX or GX Pokemon. It's possible Mahone has a very poor turn and has to use, like, to send up Carbink as a sacrifice or something for the turn, which means he still needs to draw 2 prizes, but in that point, you still just are trying to look to pressure the Rockruff. Ultra Ball from Austin, nothing. I'm pretty sure the Muck is in the discard pile as of right now. There's the trade. And yeah, foul play, GX attack, boom. Alright, back to Mahone. Draw, Wonder Tag. Probably grabs Colress here. He just wants to draw a lot of cards. Yeah, he just wants to draw a lot of cards. Because all he needs is the Lycanroc. I don't know if Lycanroc's prize. I'm sure Mahone is still playing the Stretcher. So he goes for Sycamore. Once again, Energy Lycanroc wins the game. Yeah, there's the Abyssal Hand for 2. So that's a mistake a lot of. So I just want to point out this. So I like this by Mahone, and a lot of people make this mistake. So he had 3 cards in hand. He can Abyssal for 2. If he Sycamores, he draws 7. Then has to get down to less than 5 to draw any cards with Abyssal Hand. And a lot of people will not Abyssal Hand before the Sycamore. You want to just get, especially in this situation where you're ahead and you only need to see 2 cards, you want to get as much effectiveness as possible out of the Abyssal Hand, which means you want to Abyssal Hand before the Sycamore, draw the cards, and then draw more cards with the Sycamore. All right, so we see the Sycamore for 7. He's looking for Fighting Energy Lycanroc. I don't think he has it because he's playing so slow. He's maybe looking for Fighting Energy Stretcher if the other Lycanroc is prized, or he discarded it early. I didn't catch the discard if he did discard it early. Thinking. So he definitely doesn't have it. And I think I'm trying to think if corner is the right play here. Yeah, I think it is. I think just cornering is pretty sick here. Yeah, so he can get off the corner, which means once again, Austin cannot pressure this Rockruff. He can, however, just go kill the Lele if he gets all the pieces. He needs Grimer. He needs to go, get back his stuff out of his discard pile, the eggs, evolve to Grimer, Skyfield, DCE, Guzma, kill Lele. So it's not that actually ridiculous for him to get. It would be way easier. This would be a way easier combo to get if he had 2 more trades, which he actually would have had. So he would have had, if his Zork 2 turns ago hadn't died, he would have had 1 more trade last turn and then 1 more trade this turn, which means he probably would have been able to find the Grimer. It would have come down on the bench over the Shaman, and then from there he would be able to once again trade again, and then see 4 more cards. He would have seen 4 more cards. Well, I guess if the Shaman set up, yeah, he would have seen close to 4 more cards. Looks like he's going for the Muck. Hopefully he remembers to bring his eggs back first. Because he definitely needs to bring his eggs back, I would assume, if he ever wants to fill his bench and get a knockout. He might just be holding it for now. Tails. I guess he went for Wild Kick there. Alright, so we see an N. N to 2, yeah, that makes sense then. N to 2. And once again, Mahone is looking for... There we go. Lycanroc, there's the game. GX attack kills the Zork. Alright, game 2. Austin starts. So we're going to have to switch it up a little bit from Austin, I think. So he went for the triple Zorua beforehand. I didn't know about the Sudowoodo on Mahone's side. But the Sudowoodo came out. We're gonna have to see Muck. Because we want to always represent the threat of a Zoroark GX being able to one-shot a threat of Mahone's. Okay, so we open with the Grimer. Floatstone. No reason not to. He's thinking about it. All right, Wonder Tag. Cool. All right. See Bridget, Zorua. Oh. He prized 2 Zoruas, I would assume. Either he prized 2 Zoruas or he's leaving a bench space open. I'm assuming he prized 2 Zoruas here. That's actually very rough. I would go ahead and attach the Floatstone now. I would just assume Mahone's deck does not play Field Blower, and I won't have to worry about that as a threat. I actually am not sure if Grimer is weak to fighting or not, so that becomes a problem. And then once again, he's about to get... So I would have attached the Floatstone and retreated. I don't know if I would have retreated. Maybe I would have retreated to Lele. But he's about to get, what's it called? Cornered here, which means he has no pressure next turn at all. If I had 3 Zoruas, I'd maybe debate retreating and hitting. It's actually a rough choice because he can just go Floatstone, Buzzwole, Floatstone, Lucario, and get free knockouts early. So I guess I wouldn't have. I maybe would have retreated to the Lele. Actually, that's maybe what I would have done. I don't think I would have left this active, though. I would have definitely have attached the Floatstone. Oh, he has the stand-in. Oh, so he does play stand-in as well. Maybe it was prized last game when he was getting cornered early on. Or I guess he had the Guzma play for that turn, so that wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah, that was fine then. Well, there's no way for him to actually kill this Rockruff, actually. At all, I don't think. I'm actually not sure why he even played. Okay, so he's like getting really aggressive. This is his second turn now because we went past on his side. I still don't know why he's getting so aggressive and playing down puzzle and stuff though. I don't know what he's getting here. Okay, there was another Zorua. So maybe Sam was just dead initially and he needs to leave a bench space open for Lele Shaman. That's fine then, of course, because we did just see another Zorua there. Yeah, I don't know what he's going so aggressively for. I don't think he can actually kill this Rockruff on this turn. I'm sure Mahone cornered, so. Ultra Ball, sure. Another Zorua. Okay, so he has all those famine here. He was just leaving a bench space open. That's fine, of course. I don't know why he was so aggressive with the puzzles. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know if he could have been. It seemed like there was definitely, he could have just definitely been more passive about it and just chilled, which I would have liked to have seen. But oh, he can stand in and float stone the stand in. I was like, what is he going so aggressively for? No, that makes sense. Okay, it's fine for him to be aggressive there, really aggressive there. I completely forgot he could attach float stone to this and not the Grimer. Yeah, he's good. That's good. That's great. I love it. Be aggressive there then. Yeah, that's my fault. My mistake. Float stone the stand in and retreat. Okay. All right, so now we have Mahone finally going first, and this is where I think his deck can really take over this matchup because he can be really aggressive turn 2 on killing Zoruas and just being aggressive about pressuring Zoruas. So we see the Brooklet Hill. He seems to have a pretty good hand going on for him. I was going to say I expect to see Lucario or Buzzwole. I guess the Buzzwole is always a little risky. Ultra Ball. That has to be for Lele then, I guess, because he definitely Ultra Balled away his supporter. And he has energy max elixir. So yeah, Lele Wonder Tag. I assume Lily if he still plays it. Oh, he's going for N. Okay. I'm not sure why he would go for that over Sycamore unless he mulliganed. Maybe he really doesn't want to get rid of one energy, but it's just one energy. I feel like. So he's debating max elixir in here. He doesn't want a max elixir really to this though because he wants to only commit 2 energy to this Lucario, and he wants a strong and a choice band. So if he commits another basic energy, it really doesn't do anything for him. I guess I would have almost liked to have seen an attach to the Carbink then on the active. And then max elixir first. Check max elixir. If it hits here, attach to the Carbink. I guess I would have almost liked to have seen that. Yeah. That's not a huge deal. Saving max elixir is always nice for later. Ooh, gets a Rockruff. The Rockruff is the super important part actually. Because it makes it, it makes it really easy to get a turn 2 kill on a Zorua. Really easy. It even sets it up to the point where actually with the break, the Carbink break, you can just get a kill and charge up energy with the Carbink break, which is actually really sick. So we see Ultra Ball from Austin, Lele for the Bridget. So now we know Mahone plays the Sudowoodo. We need to get Grimer out at some point. In this situation, he's going Zorua, and he's thinking about it. Okay, and then he actually Brooklet Hills for the Toad. Interesting. I guess Toad's pretty good in this matchup. Whenever you can't take a knockout, just using Toad for the turn is pretty good. But I don't know. You have so many tools to take knockouts. But I guess you need something that can just kind of hit the Lucario too. Somebody just can hit the Lucario is very nice actually. All right. Yeah, I guess I don't hate the Toad. And then just commits to Lele to do 40. So we see Brooklet Hill right off the bat from Mahone. I can't really see his full hand. I know there's an Ultra Ball and some other stuff. It looks like he's looking at the Sudowoodo, which is really good here actually because that means that Austin can't put down his own Sudowoodo, so he doesn't lose the bench space here actually. Or Mahone still has a 5th bench space to work with. Yeah, so he commits to the Sudowoodo. I like that. I cannot tell what that card on the far left is. Oh, it's Computer Search. Okay, so he has some port of this turn for sure. I assume that will end up going for a supporter. And then just what else he wants to do from there. I also like to see the Carbink attacking this turn. Let's see. Go for the Colress. Colress, super nice. A lot of cards. I think he has Ultra Ball in hand as well, I think. Or maybe he got rid of the Ultra Ball to Computer Search. Yeah, it looks like the rest of his hand is just energy. So he's pretty much planning to not attack this turn. Mahone isn't. I guess he benched a Rockruff. Okay, so the Rockruff could take a... He'd have to get Float Stone. Actually, I don't know how much damage Lucario's first attack does. So if he just gets Float Stone, Lycanroc, maybe this can kill a Zorua. Which I think is all you really need to worry about trying to... excuse me, trying to do. As Mahone. I actually don't know how much damage the first attack does, though. Okay, so there we go. Maybe he did need 2 energy. So I would have liked to have seen the max elixir first. Once again, I don't know how much damage Lucario's first attack does off the top of my head. Obviously, Corkscrew Smash is better because it lets you draw cards, so that's always cool too. He can actually bench the Ramarade there. I wonder why he didn't. I see Ramarade in hand. I don't know why he didn't bench it here. Interesting. Maybe trying to leave space for a Rockruff or something. I'm pretty sure he only plays one Lele. Yeah, I'm almost positive he only plays one Lele. So leaving this open for a Lele or a Shaman. He doesn't play Shaman. Leaving this open for a Lele or Shaman. Once again, he doesn't play Shaman. For Lele, it doesn't make any sense. So I think I would like to see the Ramarade bench there. I mean, leaving it open for a Rockruff is okay, but you have like Lycanroc set up. This guy's set up. Like, you're pretty much ready to go, and you just want to make sure you can't get ended of the game at this point. So I'd like to have seen the Ramarade bench for sure. And we see a puzzle of time to look at the top 3 from Austin, so it's definitely not looking good for him. All right, we see the AzulGG at the very least. Ultra Ball. I assume just getting another Zorua. I can't imagine what else he would get here. Oh, his hand is that dead then. Okay, so yeah, he gets Lele for N. I'm not sure why he puzzled. DC to Toad, I like it. I mean, he's in a spot where he just needs to try and mitigate pressure. I maybe would have liked that on a Lele more. Because there's no way he has to figure out a way to deal with Lycanroc. If he doesn't deal with Lycanroc, he's just going to lose the game. And that's actually maybe what's just going to happen here. His set is pretty bad. He has 3 Leles in play. Oh, he's coming to the Toad now. I just don't like that at all, actually. I would rather hit this for damage. For more damage. Than a Quaking Punch for 30. Like, yeah, I don't like that at all, actually. I don't know why he would commit to the Toad like that early. Yeah, so he wants to leave space for the second Rockruff. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Yeah, and Mahone's fine committing the GX attack, even though it way overkills the Zoroark. Killing his only Zoroark in play is a big deal. So yeah, he just commits the GX attack. No problem. Easy choice. I mean, at this point, if he finds Carbon Break, he'd go retreat and then swing with Carbon Break for the turn. He could just commit another energy here and Claw Slash. He could find his other Lycanroc, and that's all 4 puzzles. That's 3 puzzle out of the deck for Austin. So he has not a lot of resources left. Another N. So this is what I wanted. Kind of wanted the Octillery in play because like Austin's out actually is to like end his opponent out of the game. So I kind of would have liked to see the Ramarade here still. I think. Especially when you're this far ahead, you don't have to worry too much about getting, needing the extra Lycanroc, I don't think. I think either way it's fine, but yeah. Oh, so yeah, the Guzma on the Zorua, that's pretty good. And another strong to the Lycanroc. So if he gets another strong, he can like kill a Lele with this, with Claw Slash. And then Corkscrew Smash to draw cards is very good too. I think you just have to go with Toad here. Should have still sent up, so he has Flowstone in hand. Should have sent up this attached Flowstone. Leave that inactive. It's just a good habit to have of sending up whatever you have that has free retreat. Or if you can get something free retreat for sure on your turn, it's a good habit to send that up and give it free retreat. Or if it has free retreat, it has free retreat. Another N. It'd be funny to see what second Lycanroc, third strong energy out of Mahone here. Either way, I don't see a way Mahone ever loses this. So we're looking for what? Lycanroc up that. Third strong. There it is. So yeah, he gets the K on the Lele. All right, yeah. So I mean, when I feel like when Mahone's deck goes first, especially that was like a really slow start from Austin. He got down 2 Zoruas, and then his board had like triple, double Lele by turn 2 or 3. There's not much he can do as long as Mahone keeps drawing what he needs to draw. Yeah. When this deck gets out to a good start against this one, he's really good. The Sudowoodo actually surprised me, but I did not expect the Sudowoodo. It's obviously very good. There's no reason not to play it. It just makes sense to play now that I think about it. But from the first game, I just didn't expect it. Yeah, so that wraps up that set. Yeah.